What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and also about halfway through the show we talk about a little bit of weird news. I am joined as always by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun. Me and Shaun, how's it going?
Good, and yourself?
I was caught off guard.
Just casual conversation, you know?
I don't like it when you're casual.
We're the same on mic as we are off. That's our bit.
Normally you come in with just the most ridiculous concept ever, and I have to kind of react to that. But you reacting like a normal human actually unnerved me more.
I can pretend when I want to. I can turn this off.
Turn the lights on.
Yeah.
If anyone, this is your first episode, you don't have to do anything. If it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share. 5 stars on Spotify would be absolutely amazing, or on iTunes or on Apple Podcasts. And a comment is always cool. They're now comments on Spotify, so if you want to leave one of them. And we have a Patreon. If you want to support the show, we do extra episodes, bonus content, all that stuff is over there.
Yeah, movie reviews. It's a real fun time over there.
So if you're thinking, Shaun sounds very normal, well, I would wait maybe 45 minutes to an hour, in which, because normally first half of the show, Shaun, you're just casual, normal kind of guy. And then about 45 minutes into the show, Shaun will leave a timestamp down below, we go into weird news. And we cover all the strangest news stories from around the world. And Shaun normally gets about 15 minutes into that before he... what's a kind way of saying what happens?
I let the mask slip.
He lets the demon out.
Yeah, I just relinquish control. My eyes roll back in my head for a second and I start spouting nonsense.
They come back and your irises are just completely white.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I've got goat eyes. It's a real fun time.
So if you're here for weird news, there's a timestamp down below. You can go straight there. But if you're here for movie news, I've got fantastic news for you to start off with. We're about to get into that now.
Oh, nice. Sick.
Yes.
That's unreal.
You're as shocked as anyone, Shaun. I have the best news to start off movie news this week.
It's not going to be good news.
What are you talking about?
He always does this.
I would never start off with a bad news story to put you in a bad mood. I would start off with a good news story, Shaun. No, this actually isn't here to annoy you.
Okay.
It's mostly a running joke of the show. Now, there's one MCU movie that has had its ups and downs. The production, I should say, has had its ups and downs over the last maybe 3 to 4 years. They went ahead and they hired an Oscar-winning actor, one of the best actors on the planet, to play the lead role in this super cool idea for a movie. And obviously, everything was lined up. It was 2021. We were all happy. Well, I say that. We were all not happy, but...
we were all there.
We were present. It was a tough few 12 months. Yeah. That's what I would say. But Shaun, the Blade movie. And since then... since the announcement, I should say, I feel like it's been through maybe 4 directors and several writers.
4 directors and maybe 26 writers. It's ridiculous that this movie has not gotten off the ground at all.
They just can't figure out a movie where Mahershala Ali plays Blade and kills vampires. There's no logical story we could do with that.
It's the easiest home run they've ever had. And they keep fumbling.
Well, Shaun, I have good news for you, because a new Blade director has been found for the MCU movie.
They found him on the street.
They just went outside.
Who wants to direct Blade?
Just a guy eating a burrito. Alright, I'll fucking do it. I don't know. I don't care. So the much maligned Blade movie may have found its new director. According to a recent report, James Samuel has recently met with Marvel Studios over the potential job. While nothing has officially been announced, the report mentions that Samuel impressed Marvel, potentially leading to a partnership. So we have somebody new on the scene, Shaun. So my new question to you is this: with any sort of Blade news,
yes,
and we're going to take odds, and I want everyone in the comments down below to let us know how long you think it will be. Shaun, how long will this new director for Blade last on this production?
Let's see. What month are we in now? October?
We're in October, yeah.
Right, okay. He's going to make it to Christmas. Because they're going to give him a lot of leeway, but then they're going to have to do their end of quarter report. And if Blade isn't ready to go at that point, he's going to be kicked out.
See, I said February. I think they'll give him... I said they might give him 4 months. Now, the current average, I think, is 6. So, but I think it's going to get shorter and shorter the more of these poor people that they run through until they find one that just does the movie that they want to do. Which I don't think they know what that movie is.
No,
but,
I think they have like the treatment, which is like Wesley Snipes, Mahershala Ali kills vampires, and they're like, make that, but then they don't know what that looks like.
So you haven't been keeping up with this, by the way. As I said, there's been several directors. The original release date, Shaun, for Blade was
2026.
The original release date.
No. This is all going according to plan, Connor.
Okay, so it gets announced in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. The original release date was November 3rd, 2023.
That's
so.
Now
11 months ago.
That looks bad on paper.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe
But to be fair, it then got delayed after the first director left to September 6th, 2024. So we're not on track, but we're only a month over at this point.
Things go a month over every now and again.
That's every now and then. What can you do? The film currently has no release date after the next few directors.
And possibly no lead actor, given the rumours.
Because Mahershala Ali's agent, in the meantime, has been heavily implying that he wants to sue Marvel for wasting his time.
Well, the agent is just saying like, it's really weird that he's being like fucked around this much. This has never happened on any other production.
Now, they were meant to start production of the movie in the summer of last year. Obviously, I think they did like maybe 2 months, and then Bassam Tariq, who was the original director, left. And so now the new production start date is November 1st. So we're back on track for another date.
So this time next month, we should have concrete information about how the production of Blade is beginning. That news should come out, is what you're telling me. So we're looking at then...
I mean, you said should.
We're looking at a 2026 release for Blade then.
Yeah, a movie that was it's going to be pushed back at least 3-4 years than originally planned.
And if they don't put this out in October as well, what are they doing?
Well, originally it was set to come out September 6th. No, sorry, firstly November 3rd, which, okay, you'll take Halloween. But September 6th is, like... Why not just wait?
See, I think that kind of makes sense, though, because then it gives people time to get a Blade costume ready for Halloween, right about the time it comes on Disney+.
Right, okay. So, I mean, my new question, with the new director lined up, several writers come and gone, still working on it. Mahershala Ali doesn't want to do the movie anymore, and also he kind of wants to leave and do other things, because I don't know if I mentioned it, he's very good at acting, and he hasn't been in a cinematic movie for 4 years because he's been stuck doing this.
He's in the new Jurassic Park, I believe.
That's his first cinematic release since signing up to do this movie.
The thing about it is, right, they need to just cut their... Blade is not going to exist in this version of the MCU. 2026 is when we're getting like Doomsday and Secret Wars and shit like that. So
we say that. We are getting them. Well, we don't know at this point.
But the plan ultimately has to be to reboot it and just get rid of all the shit that doesn't work. And then you can just do, hey, vampires are real and Blade is also here. That's surely... And then you're just writing a film. And
I mean, we repeat ourselves every time that this comes up, but literally just reshoot the first Blade movie, scene for scene, with the exact same script, and release it, and you will still get a movie that is middling to good.
And you know, yes, exactly. But also, this is a wild statement, and I know some of the CGI hasn't held up, but the regular shots of, like, Blade and Chris Christopherson just fucking existing in that world those wouldn't look as good today, I don't think.
No, that world is like weird and dirty and very like Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of edgy.
It's lived in. Yeah, it's. I just think
it would be too shiny now.
It would be too shiny and clean. The sword would probably be CGI for all we know.
Oh, 100%. So I don't know how you do it. So maybe we're running into the same problem, Shaun. Maybe we need to fire that other director.
I think we should fire a director just to be safe. You know, like a sacrifice kind of a thing.
So, okay, your prediction is Christmas, my prediction is February. Everyone writing below, how long will this new director last?
I love how neither of us are like, oh no, this is the one, he's going to nail it. I'm not against him.
The thing is, right, all of these people that they've brought in are super talented. That is not the issue.
Yeah.
We know that's not the issue. People are coming in and they're like, oh, I've got cool ideas. And they're like, yeah, but that's not what we want. So it's one of those where they have a certain thing in mind, or maybe they don't know what they want, and people keep coming in with cool ideas and they keep rejecting it. It's something that they want to do a Midnight Suns movie as well, but they have to do this movie first.
But they want to do that because they know the Midnight Suns is a team, and and they're like, oh, we just need a team. A team is good. Let's do a team. And then it's never like, hey, let's tell an interesting story about the Midnight Suns.
Do you know what I would love? Right,
yeah.
We recently rewatched Constantine, 2005's Constantine, on the Patreon. Shout out if you want to listen to that review. We released it like 2 weeks ago. But that movie, I want this movie to feel like that movie.
Yeah, I wanted to take weird choices and be a dirty, fucking grimy mess of a world. And
like cool shots and just fucking go for it. Just like mad shit. Like do that stuff, because at least it has a bit of personality. Constantine 2005 is not the greatest movie of all time, but I had a lot of fun watching it, and so did you. Cause
it has an identity, man.
You know what? It's taking swings. It's swinging for something, and you have to respect that.
I want a scene where, like, Blade is fighting a vampire in a hall of mirrors, and you can't see the vampire at all, and Blade looks like he's just fighting himself, but it keeps cutting back, and then you see things from different mirrors' perspectives. All of that shit would be cool.
See, you can't keep talking like that. They'll bring you in as the fifth director.
And then the blood splatters on the mirrors, and you can slowly see the bloody vampire start to assemble. Like, it's all up here, man.
It's all up there. Just do a paddle of Blade. Put it on the... This movie is fascinating. Every single time it comes up, I want to talk about it, because it's just maddening how they can't make it work.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Maybe we're idiots.
Maybe,
but if I had Mahershala Ali agree to be Blade, I think I'd be like, even a moron could get a decent movie out of this.
I feel like the executives as well haven't read any Blade comics. They haven't even rewatched Blade. They just remember watching Blade when it came out.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was good. I think it was.
I think it was good, yeah.
And my favourite one is Trinity. That's my favourite one.
Odd choice. Very odd choice.
Actually, the best one is 1 or 2. Which one do you go with?
I think 1 is more... One stands on its own really, really well. Like, if one was the only Blade movie comes out, it's the best Blade movie. But 2 is really good. And it shouldn't be. They should have phoned it in harder. The
plot of 2 is that there's the uber vampires who are attacking the normal vampires and turning them into uber vampires, which are like monsters. More monsters. And I remember watching that when I was younger, and this is so random shot, but there's 2 members of the team. The team the Blade is on.
Yeah.
It's the girl and the big muscly guy, and they're like in a relationship as vampires, and he gets bitten and he doesn't tell anyone. He hides it. And then they're on a mission and they go down into the sewers and he turns into a big monster and he attacks her. And I remember watching that when I was younger, being like horrified. I was like, oh my god.
But he loved her.
Yes. I was like 12. I was like, wait, no. And that scene, I always remember it for no reason.
That's a weird formative memory that's in your head.
Because it's the way that she acts the scene, and she's like, she keeps saying his name, like, why are you and he's like raising his fucking yoke to attack her, and she's like, what's going on?
What's I don't understand.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand in the moment of death. She doesn't
horrifying.
understand.
It's just we love here, you know what I mean? I just get worked.
We watch Blade for the romance.
There's no romance in Blade.
Is Blade 2 in the hat for the Patreon?
No.
Okay.
Don't make me rewatch that scene. I haven't watched it since I was 12.
You kind of have to watch it now.
No, I can't. I'm emotionally not there yet.
Listeners, bully him.
He turns into an uber vampire. Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is definitely good news that I didn't put first.
I see where this is going.
The Rugrats are next in line to be contorted into a live-action CGI hybrid movie, Sean.
Contorted is fantastic there.
A great use of the word.
Because it's like you're changing it irrevocably. I'm going to try that word again. Irrevocably from what it originally was. Oh.
Well, look, is nothing sacred anymore, Sean, is what we're really asking here. So obviously, if you haven't been keeping up, Hollywood's new thing is that they take everything from the 90s and the 80s and the 2000s, and they just are like, well, that was good when it was animated, but what if we made the animation worse and re-released it with like less soul? And it's been working really well. The Lion King movies made a shit ton of money. But there was.
They're not. I will Sonic is the outlier in that Sonic is actually, those are good movies.
But they were the only ones who the first trailer came out and everyone was like, this looks terrible, and then they redesigned Sonic to make him look good.
That is also true. Yes.
But these are constantly coming out. There's always a new version, a new CGI hybrid version of all this stuff. And so Rugrats is a much loved show from the 90s.
Yeah.
And all those people who were kids in the 90s are now kind of making decisions in all of these studios because they're all like in their 30s.
Like
they're all grown up and really want to shout it out if you really want to say that.
What a theme song.
That's not even Rugrats, that's all grown up.
It's all grown up.
Yes.
It's a better theme song.
That catchy theme song. I remember singing that on a loop. I was watching Blade 2 at the time, singing that,
sobbing but smiling. It was a very weird child.
I had double screens.
Oh man,
what's going on with Chucky these days?
First dance at my wedding, all grown up theme song.
I really want to shout it out. So Sean, a live-action CGI hybrid Rugrats movie. How excited are you? I know you are. These are your favourite kids coming back. It's a new generation.
But the thing is, like, thing with nostalgia is you want something to make you feel like you remember feeling watching it. But this is so drastically different from what the original Rugrats was. I just think it's going to disappoint and be like, oh, I don't like this. This isn't the thing I like. They haven't succeeded in cashing in on nostalgia.
Although, actually, I would raise a point that none of these have ever cashed in on nostalgia because they all look different. And not like animation is a thing that's like stuck in that time. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that is what it is.
The art
that's
style,
how we love it.
Yeah, the art style. Rugrats has a very specific art style. And you know intimately what those characters look like, and if you loved the show, you loved how they looked and everything like that. If they suddenly changed the art style in Rugrats as a kid, kids would have been upset and not liked it because it's not familiar anymore. Did you watch American Dragon as a kid, Jake Long?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, do you remember they changed the art style after like season 1 and it looked like shit?
Super weird. Didn't care for that at all. Ben 10, they changed the art style in that a bunch of times. That is true. I mean, they also had the new Batman Adventures from the Batman animated show, but I still love that because Tim Drake is in the new season, so it's kind of a weird one for me. It's like an emotional attachment. People too. Also, the Joker does look dog shit though in that last season. That's really terrible. Dreadlocks or something. No, that's the Batman. That's the Batman I'm thinking of. New Batman Adventures is they took like Mark Hamill's Joker and took away all his details, and he just becomes like black hair and then white skin, and just has, that's it. They like take away all his details. This guy, he looks like shit. Yeah, that's it's really strange. Some of the villains look way better, and some of the villains look way worse. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, this Joker is sauceless, is how I would describe him. He's got no sauce.
Yes. I don't know if you can get away with that, but yes, he's sauceless.
I think I'm on the line. I'm on the line of being able to say sauceless.
I don't know if you're cool enough to pull that. Just because you got blue hair, now he starts pulling out sauceless.
Hey, skibbity, am I right, folks?
Skibbity toilet. But the thing about this is, like, the new Lion King. So the Lion King came out. I love the Lion King, the animated movie.
I've never seen it.
But the new Lion King... I mean, that does not help what I'm about to say.
Oh, sorry.
But the new Lion King, that came out, I didn't feel anything. I was just like, this is a new thing. This is not cashing in on nostalgia. This is just a new thing for new people. I don't know if... Will kids like this more or less? Is this a movie? It is a movie.
It is a movie. It's certainly a movie. And what's key to it is that it's a movie based on an existing property, so that they can do their market research and project, okay, it'll probably make about this much money. And then you set the budget to be lower than that. And then you just make it, and it's like you're just making it for the sake of making it earning more than it costs to make. And then you put it out into the world and you get to say, hey, we made a profit on this movie to your investors. That's why it exists.
And Paramount have constantly been trying to bring the Rugrats back. A lot of the times they have, I think a lot of years in a row, they very much were like, I think to be said for another Rugrats thing that we can kind of get off the ground. So Rugrats comes first.
Yeah.
And then my question to you is, how long before the Wild Thornberrys gets another CGI remake?
Wild Thornberrys was deeply unpleasant to me as a child. I really didn't care for it. Really upset me.
I wasn't as into it, is what I would say.
Yeah, it felt like the poor man's Rugrats, you know?
The dad annoyed me.
Yeah, Tim Curry voiced him.
He annoyed me.
Yeah.
I loved him, but the character annoyed me.
Nigel, yeah. No, he was. Yeah, everyone was like a facade of a human. Like everyone was just fucking doing stuff.
We're like critically evaluating an animated show from 1995.
Oh, it's really dumb. And there's that one kid, and he's really fucking annoying. I remember, and I don't like that monkey either. Darwin or whatever his name is. He's too big for his little boots, is what he is.
Okay, we're after touching a nerve here.
I was also afraid of that one episode of Futurama where Professor Farnsworth gets eaten by man-eating anteaters.
I love the idea of, like, you know, Captain Holt when he's talking about dentists.
Yeah.
That's just you with the Wild Thornberrys.
I pulled out like a spreadsheet of PowerPoint.
After a full rant, you're like, where did I go? Sorry, I wasn't.
I blacked out.
I just blacked out for a minute there. Sorry, I just really, really annoyed me. Shaun, will this make any money? Is this good? Will people like it? It's not for us. Will the kids enjoy it?
In order that you asked those, yes, no.
Not a nose. Okay.
A couple of no's in there. I will say, the Rugrats had 2 movies and they were class.
They were the 2 amazing movies. They went to Paris.
Yeah.
They went to the jungle.
I cried at the Rugrats movie, I tell you that much.
Which one? The Paris one or the normal one?
No, the normal one, the one with the Reptar wagon.
Yeah.
He abandons his brother and he just tries to send his brother off to the monkeys.
2 great movies. 2 really good ones.
Movie, and they impacted the series as well. You know, because they go to Paris and then Charles meets the lady and her daughter joins the crew of the Rugrats.
I'm going to be honest with you, it's starting to come across that you were like really, you know the way you're always mocking me about like Batman the Animated Series?
Yeah.
You're just watching Rugrats.
I watched a shit ton of Rugrats as a kid because I was like, I grew up as like, Rugrats kind of dropped right as I was a kid, like perfect Rugrats age. And then it was just always on repeats. But there was always like, I'm like of the older group of cousins. So anytime we went to my grandparents' house, there would just be younger kids still watching Rugrats.
And you would have to pretend like you didn't want to because you were too cool, but you were like, I'll sit down and watch it with you, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I guess. And then also, the parents in Rugrats were like 25. Like...
Well, you think about that now.
Yeah, no, it's fucking
They were child brides.
So what are we doing here?
What are we doing? We're going to move on to our next piece of news, Sean. And this is pure pettiness that I have thrown in just to be petty. Sean, okay. Joker Folie à Deux has come out, and the reactions are amazing. Some of the reactions I've read are saying it's the greatest movie of all time. That was from a man called T. Phillips, wrote that. But the rest of the people have all mentioned that they might not be enjoying it very much.
I saw
Sean, Folie à Deux, are you going to see it?
I probably won't, unless I have to for this, but I don't want to. I have other things to do with my time. I did see one person on Twitter say that all the fear and all the scaremongering around Joker inciting people to commit acts of murder in cinemas finally came true with the release of Joker Folie à Deux, as it was fucking murdered in the box office.
This movie is fascinating because I found out the plot leaked right 6 weeks ago. Online.
Do you want? Should we talk about the plot?
I read the plot.
Okay.
And then I thought, that plot is wrong. That can't be the plot. That's ridiculous.
It's the actual plot.
Well, I've now had it confirmed that it is the actual plot. So the one that was released is actually what happens.
Interesting. I might just read the plot. If I'm honest.
Do you want me to tell you what that was released?
Okay, everyone. Spoiler warning for a movie that neither of us have seen, but I have it on good authority that this is the plot to Joker. I'll do more timestamps. I'll leave another timestamp in the description about when spoilers are over.
We could just bleep the whole thing out while I'm telling you.
That's also
true. So the plot, the ending of this movie, Sean, everyone, if you don't want to listen, is our humble Joker gets killed at the end.
Good.
And the guy who stabs him is a younger Joker.
What? What the fuck?
So now they have a young Joker.
Okay.
Because Arthur Fleck was never the Joker. No. He was just an ideas man.
But he's called the Joker.
Yeah, but now they've got a new one.
Who's the actual Joker now?
Yes.
And the implication... And how young is this other Joker?
23. Right.
But Bruce Wayne is still 12?
Yeah, but look, that's closer. A lot closer.
True, yeah. So 25-year-old Batman could fight a pushing 40 Joker.
Yeah, it's a bit better than a 75-year-old Joker. So I mean, there's that.
But to what end is that done? Are they doing Joker 3? They want to because they could do Joke 3R, couldn't they?
They could, yeah. It's all locked in. Okay, that is spoilers over. Sean, I mean, a fantastic ending. I think it deserves all of the plaudits. Todd Phillips, you've done it again.
We gave it a standing ovation here on the pod.
I love it. You know I love the first one, I love the second one. It's a weird rivalry that not rivalry, but we just from very early on in this podcast, I was like, I don't like Joker. I don't want anything to do with it. Because I love Batman too much and I don't think he should have a movie.
And look, it's taken a couple of years, Connor, but you were proved right.
Yes! You've never said those words.
I never will again.
Yes. Sean, another piece of news that I found out was that we are not Ben Stiller.
We are not Ben Stiller. I'm aware.
We're not Ben Stiller. No, Ben Stiller has come out this week and he said he's going to be working on a movie that involves the word ball in it. And so then I was thinking, oh shit, Dodgeball's locked in. Dodgeball 2.
I thought Moneyball was taking a comedic turn.
Moneyball could also be taken, but I'm assuming it was Dodgeball. I was like, oh my god, yes. He got Jake Johnson involved. I was like, okay.
Okay, I'm suddenly more on board.
Ben Stiller is set to produce and act in pickleball comedy.
What? Oh. Well, actually, I don't want Dodgeball 2. I think that's under development, but I don't want it.
So Jake Johnson will be starring as the lead actor as a washed-up tennis pro who, to save a club in crisis and win his father's respect, does the one thing he swore he'd never do: play pickleball.
Two things. Number one, I love a plotline that is the club is in crisis. And
of course.
Number two, I don't know what pickleball is.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it.
It involves bats, involves a ball.
I know.
And
people it's like the new thing. Like people like play pickleball. I suppose they play pickleball, but it's like popular to do now.
I mean, yeah, but we can't keep up with what's popular. We're too busy watching Rugrats.
So it's like small scale tennis, but the ball is a perforated hollow plastic ball. So it's not with a tennis ball.
Is that not what we play on the beach?
It kind of is, isn't it?
Okay.
And the rackets are like rectangular, kind of, but it's like. And I don't mean to insult anyone who's really into pickleball. Like what you like.
Maybe we're just like a professional pickleball player listening to this, so maybe just...
Okay.
Please, just... He means no harm.
I just want to say, it looks like if Fisher-Price designed a tennis set.
Oh my God.
I calls them like I sees them.
The pickleball crew are coming after you, lad.
They can try. I'll be off playing tennis or something. Actually, I can't play tennis.
You can't play tennis.
Nah.
So, Shaun, a pickleball movie. Ben Stiller is basically doing dodgeball again, but with pickleball. Jake Johnson starred it, so I wanted to touch on it due to the fact that we love Jake Johnson, who is from New Girl, of course.
Yeah.
And
The Mummy with Tom Cruise.
Sorry, and The Mummy with Tom Cruise. Also reviewed on the Patreon recently.
God, loads over
Shaun,
on that Patreon.
Just loads of stuff, loads of movie reviews. Shaun, I mean, are we in or are we out on this movie?
Look, here's the thing. We don't know anything about pickleball. I also don't know anything about baseball.
True.
But Moneyball is fantastic.
So you're saying that this movie will be of the same quality as Moneyball?
I'm just saying, if I restricted myself solely to sports movies about things that I am interested in, I would never watch any sports movies.
True. You've seen Remember the Titans as well, haven't you?
Remember the Titans. Don't know anything about that either.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling's an absolute liability in the corner in that one. Liability.
You got Rocky. I don't know anything about boxing, you know.
Yeah.
Dodgeball. Don't know anything about dodge. Well,
how do you not know? Surely you know this.
Dodgeball is like the word toothbrush. It's self-explanatory.
like I don't need to explain what happens in dodgeball.
You catch the ball, right? Oh, fuck.
So, I mean, it's one of those where this might come out. Is this the most straight to Amazon movie you've ever seen?
This feels like a straight to Apple TV, but I get what you're saying.
I was going to say Apple TV, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. It's Apple TV. Ben Stiller's definitely got to deal with Apple TV, and it's going straight there. I think he does.
I think he makes Severance for them. The show Severance, which is fantastic.
Dead right. Go on, Stiller. Just do your thing, man.
Yeah. You've done it. You were in Madagascar for a while.
I mean, you could have went Zoolander, you could have went Dodgeball, you could have, he's had so many good performances, but you went for Madagascar.
It was a good performance in Madagascar.
It's true. 1, 2 or 3?
1.
One is the strongest.
1 is the best one. 2 I've only seen in French.
Better or worse in French?
I can't comment on Ben Stiller because...
Yeah, you got the gist of what was going on, though.
Yeah. They were escaping to Africa or something like that.
No, I think that's the third one, isn't it?
What? No. Hang on, no.
That's the third one?
Madagascar 2.
Oh, my God.
Escape to Africa.
Oh, that is the second one. Okay, cool. The third one, is that like the North Pole or something? I don't know what that is.
Get out of my sight.
Sorry. Shaun, I have another weird one for you before we finish off with the big news story. Robbie Williams has a biopic coming out.
Yeah, he does.
He has a biopic coming out called Better Man, and it tells the pop star's story, but the movie is going to star a CGI monkey who will play Robbie Williams in the movie.
I think this is the best move he could have made. Because
why?
No one in America knows who the fuck Robbie Williams is. But if you tell me there's a music biopic where the lead character is a fucking chimp, I'm all over that.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
So we've had Rocket Man, we've had like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
They don't have any CG. Yeah, they don't have any CGI monkeys. Is the problem?
Yeah, and look, I've said this before on the show, I believe. I'm forever grateful to the Planet of the Apes franchise that CGI monkey technology has come as far as it has.
You think Robbie's after buying that off them?
I think he might be renting it, the 3D model.
Yeah.
Do you think he's on set in the Andy Serkis like ape costume, or the long arms and stuff?
No, I think Serkis is doing that himself.
You think
brought Serkis in
Serkis
to beat Robbie Williams?
Interesting. Big take that fan.
So the thing is, right, so he obviously had his own documentary that came out on Netflix earlier on in the year. Very, very it did very well, is what I would say, as any Netflix documentary can do, in which lots of people watched it and then it kind of disappeared off the top 10 and then nobody ever watched it again.
It might still be on there or might not, who knows?
I haven't checked, but a lot of people watched it. So people have been caught up on his story. For any of the Americans, how big was Robbie Williams in England in like 2002?
Massive. If Michael Jackson was called the King of Pop... then Robbie Williams, I think, was called the Prince of Pop. Like, he was fucking massive.
Yeah. It's just gigantic. Obviously, he was in Take That and he moved on. Then he released Angels and he basically could do no wrong for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Just printed a shit ton of money.
Someone said it that you can chart, like, you if you're watching like a Robbie Williams concert, like a video of it, you can guess what year it is based on how often he throws the mic to the crowd for Let Me Entertain You. Because he just kind of gets tired of it and just makes them sing the chorus.
But I will say this about Robbie, right? And I've gone back and you listen to a few of them on the radio. He has a lot of bangers. He has like at least 6 or 7 that you're like, these are classics.
The man knows how to write a tune, you know?
He burned very bright for like 5 or 6 years and then just vanished. But for those 5, he was just churning out hits on a loop non-stop.
Well, he doesn't need to do that now. Like, he can just...
No, he's set for life. He's absolutely fine.
Royalties.
CGI monkey to sell... I think a CGI monkey should tell every one of these music biopics from now on.
I just think it's an interesting choice, right? Because I wouldn't watch a Robbie Williams biopic. I fucking will now.
But Timothée Chalamet played Bob Dylan. Boring. Robbie Williams CGI monkey... cool. I think that's the way to look at it.
And think of all the other options we can do. Like, you can... Who could you have? You name it. You could have Lady Gaga biopic, but it's a giraffe.
No, Lady Gaga would have to be played by Clayface.
Of course, by Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, by Alan Tudyk.
That would be
Clayface.
Fantastic. The whole movie, but it's Alan Tudyk.
At the end, he just morphs back into Clayface.
And it's all in the Harley Quinn universe.
I think just pick an animal and then pick a star and then just do that. I mean, what's anyone going to say? You could just do that.
But I want it like really off-putting. Like, I want like Tom Jones, but like it's an emu. Like it doesn't make sense why you pick the animal. You get 2 darts, and one is celebrity and one is an animal. You
get a dart on the singer, and then you get a Lulu mosquito. What the fuck?
I guess we'll make it work.
I mean, we gotta follow the darts, I suppose.
Everyone cheers the day you get monkey again. It's like, yes, it's the easiest one.
we have the CGI. Sean, we're finishing off this week with news that James Gunn released, and he has confirmed a DC dynamic duo movie that will be coming out, and it's going to be about Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. This is pretty big news. So he is releasing this. It's going to get a big screen release, and it's going to be an animated project. Mm-hmm. But pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And the animation, it's a blend of like 3D, 2D, CGI, and puppets being used in this fucking project. Yeah.
And I mean, it's going to concentrate on Dick Grayson and Jason Todd are they doing that because he's thinking about introducing them early into whatever universe he's creating live action?
It would make sense, like, because I know the Robin that's gonna be in the Batman movie in the DCU confirmed to be Damian Wayne. So it kind of makes sense to just have all the other Robins just exist in the world and have already happened.
Yeah. I mean, I read this and I was like, did they release this just for me? Is this news just set up for my liking?
The only way it could have been better was like if we're doing,
it was Tim Drake.
100%. It's like, hey, it's just all the Robin brothers hanging out.
Like, if they released an idea and they're like, we're doing a movie, it's Nightwing, Red Hood, and also Tim Drake's Red Robin, and they're all just hanging out and solving crimes together, and you call it a dynamic trio, I mean, I would be...
Dude, dynamic trio goes fucking hard.
I would be absolutely just locked in. Day one, midnight release,
yeah.
I'm watching that, right? But I think this is actually such a unique way of introducing it. The problem is, when do you do it? What's the story about? Is Nightwing and Red Hood, is it both Robins? Is it Nightwing and Robin? Like, how do you do it without Batman? There's a whole host of questions that we don't know anything about.
True, and like it's literally just been announced, so we're not going to have everything. It could be cool if they were like what sometimes happens in the comics is that like they have to work a case together as like fully like Jason has already been red hooded at this point. And they have to like try and come to terms on how to manage something.
I mean, I would love an Under the Red Hood style movie, but like, you know, like Under the Red Hood, the animated movie, but like have a cinematic release so people can know about this. But like, I think that does it in a really cool way. That's like the really heartbreaking thing of you see Jason Todd be like, oh, we're going out in the Batmobile, this is going to be so cool, and you see the descent. You could alternatively do it in that we see Dick Grayson just go through his whole thing, then become Nightwing, and then Jason Todd comes in and he does the same like kind of journey, but he goes the wrong way.
That's pretty cool as well, actually. And it's like, because they are, for all intents and purposes, they were the same character. Like until
absolutely.
Like,
I mean, Jason Todd literally looks as he's a mirror image of Dick Grayson when he first gets introduced in comic books, until Crisis changes his whole backstory.
But like. They're essentially at all the same stuff and skills basically going for them. They just went two completely different ways in how to be a Robin.
This is fantastic.
I love this. And like, it's like a decision. It's like, no, we're doing this and we're doing it this way.
I read this and I thought it was one of those fake posts.
Yeah. Like when you'd see fake trailers and stuff, I thought they were just lying to us. But
this is something that I would create this tweet for me.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, they're releasing a dynamic duo movie. And I was like, oh, that's cool with Batman and Robin. And then they were like, no. It's Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. I'm like, oh, shit.
It's super refreshing to be excited about the DC stuff that's coming out. And like, and I like how we're not getting like every so often we'll get a little update. Superman has just been quietly being edited for like and
Superman was finished. It was all plotted. It was finished, and then it's just being edited quietly for next year
because there was a plan from the start, and they did the movie, and now they're putting the rest of the finishing touches on it. It's just so. Ideally, there wouldn't be any movie news. You know,
the less you hear about, like, we haven't heard anything really about James Gunn's stuff unless he actually releases the news himself.
Yeah,
really good at that, and also very good because he's so active on Twitter that if someone comes up with a fucking batshit idea of like, I heard this, and he's like, no, that's not happening.
He does, he shuts it down, as opposed to Marvel rumours run fucking rampant.
Because they don't say anything. Now, there's two ways to look at that. Are they too big so that, like, we'll just give it to you? Or is James Gunn's way better where he's too involved? You could have arguments either way.
That is true.
It just depends on the end product. And at the minute, Marvel is not putting out good stuff. And James Gunn is like, we haven't seen anything. So we don't know if he's putting out good stuff or not. We'll see with Superman. But if that movie hits, I mean, and then they bring out this afterward. Oh boy. I mean, to me, you just do like Spider-Verse style shit for this movie. Now, I'm saying that as like, just do one of the best animated movies of all time.
Just do that again.
Obviously, everyone should strive to do that. But that's my brain was like, we should have like a Spider-Verse thing where like it becomes mainstream.
Yeah.
Nightwing is loved.
But he like, in the announcement, like he named the studio. So he's like, no, it has to be this studio because they can do this really well and that's what this should look like.
Yeah.
Do you think for Super Bowl we'll get a teaser of Superman?
Oh, I think we'll get a teaser before that.
Do you?
It's meant to release next summer.
Is it summer? I thought it was like September next year. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's like July next year. So if it is, I mean, that's...
Isn't it the same?
By the time Super Bowl comes around at the end of January, like, you only have less than 6 months left.
That's very true. It's coming out, I believe, the same day as a Marvel project, I think. It might be...
True.
Might be Thunderbolts or something like that. Set to release July 11th. Yeah, you're right.
July 11th. Yeah. So, like, it's coming out in July. Like, and we haven't heard anything. You haven't seen one trailer. Haven't seen what... Like, you've seen those behind-the-scenes shots of, like, David Cornswet in his suit. But other than that, you've seen absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so and that's nice. I like that. And don't show me too much in the trailer.
And also, I might just watch the teaser and then not watch anything else.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I didn't watch the trailer for Mickey 17, the Bong Joon-ho Robert Pattinson thing, because I want to be surprised with that. And
also, that's going to be batshit insane. Yeah. So, like, go in with nothing.
Yeah, I just want to sit down, watch it, and deal with what happens.
I love when there's a good thing.
I love it.
Good move.
It's my favourite thing.
I just love Nightwing. Okay. We're going to move on to our next bit of weird news, Shaun. There's no more movie news. That means it's time for the weird news jingle. The greatest jingle ever told, ever played.
Appreciate it.
You didn't play it yourself. It's not your music. Why you saying thanks?
I wrote that.
Give me the notes.
C D E.
So, Shaun, this is weird news. What do we do here?
You spent the week gathering all the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man too busy composing masterpieces to look at any weird news.
What's your favourite masterpiece that you've composed?
I would probably say Beethoven's Fifth by Shaun.
It was, tell you what, it was really nice of you to say it was Beethoven's Fifth, because just to kind of give the lad a bit of confidence. But then ... by Shaun.
Yeah, just so everyone knows it was by me, you know. What? But has he just been saying Beethoven's Fifth? What?
I mean, get on to be liars.
Yeah.
You're like ringing them up. I want to sue Beethoven. the man who's been dead for like 200. Yeah, I want to sue him.
Yeah,
find his nearest member of his family. Sue them.
Sue them into oblivion, please.
So, Shaun, I want to start off some weird news this week. Obviously, as I said, this is the news where we talk about the real news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. Yeah, it's along those lines.
Somewhere there.
But it's something like that. Leave your likes and comments and whatever. If you're right tuned in for weird news, just do all that stuff and the 5 stars.
Ooh, double plug. I love it.
Oh, thank double plug. But some people just listen to weird news. You know what I mean? Some people just listen to movie news. It's divided.
Some people have never heard Sane Shaun. They just get weird news Shaun, which is...
They just get... And they don't know that in movie news you've also not really got good ideas, but it's said in a lower voice.
Yeah, pretty much. My voice gets rapidly higher.
Yeah. Shaun, we are going to start off this week with 2 things that I love.
Me?
Actually, no.
And cheese.
I said 2 things that I love, but my first thing is very clearly something as an Irish person you should not say that you love. So I take that intro back. I'm just trying to segue Irish people. Okay. 2 things that are weird: the royal family and ghosts.
Okay. One of these I can get behind.
So, Shaun, we had news this week that Queen Camilla has actually been attacked in the night by bed-hopping ghosts. And this is the first we've heard about it. So now, Shaun, I wanted to bring it to you because obviously I'm always trying to be like, ghosts exist. I'm a believer. You're the disbeliever. You're against the whole thing. And I'm always like, you gotta believe me. All these people are wise. You're always like, those people are idiots. But could you disagree with the royalty, Shaun? The Queen herself. Okay.
I disagree with so much of what the royalty chooses.
We have learned this week from her son, Tom Parker Bowles. He opened up about his mother and his father raising him and his sister in a haunted house while they were growing up. He said his mother, Queen Camilla, woke up one night and there was a presence sort of pinning her down onto the bed and then started hopping from bed to bed within the house.
Look, I'm not making jokes. I'm not making light of it. This is a legitimate question. Could someone just have been trying to kill her?
No, because you see, what would happen? It's invisible. It's a presence.
She's got sleep paralysis. She's being visited by the Hat Man.
So apparently they grew up in a house that was incredibly haunted, Shaun. Incredibly. There were lots of people who were very rational people who in the middle of the night would jump in their car and drive back to London because something had got in their bed and it was a spirit.
Or rats. What if it was a rat house?
They said they could hear stories of banquets going on downstairs that people would hear, but there was nothing there. There were rooms the dogs wouldn't go into. Like, it was a big old manor house that they probably stole from somebody. I'm adding that bit in myself. And the rooms, I mean, haunted, Shaun. Could you disagree with royalty? I mean, you couldn't. They wouldn't have any reason to lie.
I would argue if anyone deserves to be haunted, it's the royalty.
Especially the royal family.
Given everything they've done and continue to do.
Now, we might be coming from a biased perspective.
True. We have our own life experiences here.
Simultaneously, Kezza wouldn't mind a bit of haunting on them now. I wouldn't begrudge them a bit of haunting.
No, let the ghosts haunt. Because again, we've covered this. A ghost is generally bound to the earth because they have unfinished business.
So we would raise the point that maybe this is the spirit of the people that they stole the land from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would look. If you're being haunted, change your behaviour. Just to try. Just try it. You know?
What if it was like from a previous murder? You can't change your behaviour moving forward if you've committed the murder in the past.
You could work to make amends. Not saying you ever could after such an act, but the ghost might see that you're trying.
Yeah, so you're saying if you're being haunted, it's a you problem.
I'm saying being haunted is a choice, basically.
I think you're the worst Ghostbuster I've ever heard.
What? No.
You turn up to the scene with the fucking plasma gun. And you're just like, have you done some fucked up shit though in the past, to be fair? Like, you deserve this.
Someone calls me in tears trying to get a ghost out of their house. Their life is ruined.
Their doors on the ceiling doing a fucking 360, the head is spinning.
I turn up and I'm just like, yep, that's the one, officer, take them in.
The door being possessed on the ceiling, you're just like, is she a bitch to her school friends or something? What's the story?
Has anyone considered that she deserves it?
Has anyone considered that maybe she's fucking kicked a homeless person or something? I don't know. This fucking ghost hates her. I'll tell you that now. Jesus Christ.
I look on her computer. It's like, LimeWire. You see?
The most minor crimes. There's a spirit after just possessing this poor woman, and she's going, and her arms and her legs, or she's stuck to the wall, and the ghost is trying to kill her, and you're just like, did you illegally download something from 123 Movies before? Because that's some fucked up shit, bro. Right? You can't do that.
Connor, let me follow up. How do you know what 123 Movies is?
I've heard it from friends who are in jail.
Get better friends.
You told me
what?
Before.
No. A ghost.
Not the police. But when the police show up, you think they're ghosts. The old haunting.
Start throwing holy water on them. Shit.
You're not going to get me, officer, if that's your real... When did you die? Hundreds of years ago, did you? Don't be joking with me now.
No.
Why are you putting handcuffs on me? What did I do? Jesus.
You're some kind of poltergeist, I see.
You're real, are you? Did you come out to the TV, was it? Where are you from? Reno 1911?
I'll die in 7 days, will I, huh?
Oh! You're like getting death row.
We talked about a fucked up ghost on Hero or Zero last Friday.
Oh yes, we did. If people want to check that out,
yeah.
That ghost was. I don't want to say violating a dead body, but
I'll say it. He was desecrating a corpse.
He definitely was desecrating a corpse. Yeah. So if you want to hear more about the gay ghost. That's not to do with his sexuality. He's actually just called that because
it was the 40s. It's
the 40s version of gay, but that was his name, and he desecrated this poor dead person's body to fight crime
and have sex with his wife.
I think sex with his wife, yeah, it was definitely a bit of a sex with his wife while fighting crime vibe going on, and I feel like that's a double whammy of bad vibes.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of shit that you get haunted for. You know, but you're a ghost.
But he was doing the haunting.
I know, it's a weird chicken and egg situation.
So Sean, we're going to move on from the first word. I just wanted to bring that up to be like, maybe this will convince you that ghosts are real. If even royalty believes in them.
Why would that convince me?
Because you're mad into the royal family. You're always
I'm mad into ghosts.
You're non-stop talking about royal families and royal weddings and saying how much you love the king.
No, Conor, you've gotten confused. I don't love the king.
I meant the king as in Lord of the Rings, number 3, Return of the King.
I meant Austin Butler.
King of rock and roll. Elvis. It works for him for both things. Sean, we are going to move on because I have a Sean Solves for you.
Hell yeah.
Now, we don't have a Sean Solves jingle, but I'm going to guess this week you've kind of put one together in between suing Beethoven. So Sean, play the Sean Solves jingle, please. Did I play?
Yeah, that one's called Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega by Sean.
That one's called Yesterday by the Beatles and Sean. So Sean, if I wasn't heard Sean Solves, the idea here is that I find an agony aunt question sent in to somebody just in one of many forms of media this week, and someone sends in their question into the agony aunt that is like, I've got this problem, how do I solve it? And then the agony aunt sends them some bullshit, some wrong answer.
Yeah.
Instead, I take down the questions and I throw them to Sean because he's the smartest person I know in this call other than me. And
he really wound it back at the end there.
He knows the answers that we don't even know the questions for. That's how good he is.
100% success rate. Yeah. What I will guarantee, your problem will be solved.
He will solve your problem. Now, you might have more problems, but your
specific problem you come to me with is solved.
You've told people to take laxatives. You've told people that convinced their loved ones that they did 9/11.
Yeah.
A lot of them mean gaslighting people into thinking that they did both 9/11 and had COVID.
Yeah, some is just like have COVID, just get COVID. That's another
your last
option.
one was try and break up a husband and wife to fuck with your mother-in-law.
Yeah. Traumatise a child, but not too much.
Traumatise a child, yeah. But the problem individually was solved.
Yes, the original problem you come to me with will not be a problem anymore.
I think your last one also involved driving the poor woman so insane that she has to be sent away because her nerves are too shot.
Yeah, that did happen. No updates on that story, whether it worked or not. But
we don't know. I don't know if they took your advice.
It is the long game. I did set that plan out over about 40 years.
Your ones are normally over centuries. You're the Bene Gesserit. Sean, my next one
Shawnee
is
Gesserit.
Shawnee Gesserit, as they call it. Sean, the next question is: I feel like I'm in trouble with my friend.
Oh.
I told my friend that her wedding plans are currently unrealistic and now she won't talk to me.
The bitch.
The bitch. Here we go. Right, here we go. So, my friend recently got engaged, and I'm absolutely thrilled for her. She's spoken previously, before she was engaged, that her and her partner want to elope in a different, more expensive country. No countries are mentioned. Right?
Wild that she would specify more expensive, but okay.
Strange. I've always supported her in this, and I'm a big believer in your wedding, your rules kind of stuff. Good vibes.
Fair enough.
The problem arises when she got engaged and said she can't wait for the wedding. I took her aside and said that I might not be able to come due to finances for it. Just because, like, it's an international. Technically, it's a holiday wedding kind of
True,
thing.
yeah.
So,
it's a destination wedding.
It's a destination
which are
wedding.
expensive.
So she responded that there will be plenty of time to save for the wedding. It's not till 2026. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And that the cost is what you make of it. And that it can always be made into a holiday for the guests. So they're not just flying 12-ish hours for the wedding itself.
12-ish hours. It's a lot.
It's a long flight for the wedding.
It's a long flight for when you're going to have to, like a 12-hour flight, you're going to want I would want minimum 5 days. Flight, 5 days, flight home.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be thinking.
The country and city she plans to elope in is not my favourite place in the world, and somewhere I have little interest in visiting.
What is it, though?
See, it doesn't say. So she says, I wouldn't really make a holiday out of it. If I was going to attend, I'd attend only for the wedding and then return home. But that's a lot of money for like 2 days to like show up and then fly home. Fast forward 6 months and the planning has started, and they've invited 40-ish people to come to it, stating that they know other people who have eloped and have had 20 to 30 guests come along. I made a comment that I believe it's unrealistic expectation, as it's a lot of cost to ask people. She should be prepared for maybe not all 40 people to come along. Okay. Maybe you might have less. In fact, it could be significantly less. So just like prepare yourself for that. She immediately got defensive, stating she's not being unreasonable, and almost saying that the cost would be the same for guests at a home wedding, which I totally disagree on, but didn't want to make the situation worse, so I didn't say anything.
Okay, shouldn't have said anything up top.
No.
Let her die on her arse if she wants to invite a load of people and then they don't turn up. That's what invitations are for. I don't think that's... Like, she probably knew people wouldn't all be able to make it.
From what I also know so far, the couple aren't planning to pay any expenses apart from maybe one meal after the wedding. So you're on your own. They pay for everything on their way over.
Okay. See, I think the trade-off with that is that you go a little lighter on the gift, you know?
I think 12-hour flight, barely any gift, sure.
Yeah. It's a token gift at that point. I'm gifting them a photograph, kind of a deal.
Of me.
Yeah. Doing this on the plane. I put my thumbs up for the audio.
Ever since I said this, my friend has been quiet and cold, and I want to know if maybe I said too much and should have just politely declined attending the wedding. I'm still trying to see if I can make the cost work, because I would love to go, but it's an awful lot of money. 2.5k being generous, just to start off with.
Okay. But you have till 2020. Look, okay, financial situations are difficult. If you want to make that work, you'll make that work. In 2 years, you could probably, hopefully, if you're in a position where you have, where you can entertain this thought, you can save up $2,500 in 2 years. This is all very real advice. We'll get to the sillies in a minute.
True. I'm aware.
I don't like. The bride doesn't seem unreasonable in all this. Basically, she got engaged. She had told her friend for years about her wedding plans. And then the friend is like, "You're being crazy."
But I do think it's also a situation that she was like, well, don't be expecting the 40 people to show up. And she's like, what do you mean? Of course 40 people will show up. I think...
No.
If that's the other side of it.
I think, because I know the word that was, and it was the wrong word to use, is that it's unreasonable to invite 40 people to this. It's not. Like, you can invite whoever. If 2 people can come, that's who can come.
So how do we solve the problem, Shaun?
Okay. The issue at the minute is, okay, you got a couple of problems. Finances, long flight, no interest in the country.
Yeah.
So...
I have an idea of what she could do, but I think you might be thinking the same.
I say we reintroduce COVID into the population.
Fuck's sake.
Get the lockdowns back. 2 kilometre limit.
Jesus Christ. No. What?
What were you thinking?
My idea is way simpler. What you do is you get a job working for an airline, right? As a stewardess or a pilot, whichever one you want, right? Pilots might have take longer to train than 2 years. So just get a job working for an airline that flies to that specific country. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you spend 2 years doing that. You are making money. That's pretty good. But secondly, you make sure that your schedule lines up, that on the days of her wedding, you have a flight into that place, but then you have to wait around for maybe 2 days before you fly back out.
True.
So, through that, you've got a job, you fly there, you get to go to the wedding, but you don't have to stay. Your job will fly you there for you.
Now that is interesting. The other option... No, I'm thinking along the same lines, right?
Yeah.
But it would but then you don't want to be in that city for that length of time. You're bored by the city.
40 hours.
Connor, take a cruise. Get a job on a cruise ship. Because then you're having fun on the ship.
Yeah.
You dock, go to the wedding, get on the ship the next day.
So you get off. You have to basically time it perfectly that the cruise lands in that spot on that day.
Yeah.
What if it's inland?
Fuck. Shit.
Well, like a plane can fly inland is my thought.
Yeah, but what if the place isn't near an airport? You know, there's problems with...
Where is she fucking getting married?
Well, if we knew this, can you infer anything about this lady and where she lives?
I'm certain it's not America, is what I'm getting.
America.
So I'm thinking she lives maybe in the UK, and maybe it's flying to America or Abu Dhabi or just somewhere in Asia. What's 12 hours from the UK?
12. I'll tell you right now. 12 hours.
Morocco. Is that
flight?
That's not a 12-hour flight, surely.
No, like it's what? It's fucking 6 or 8 hours to New York. Like,
yeah, but if you flew to like California or somewhere.
Oh yeah, the other side of it. Yeah. I get you. Or it could be South America, but that wouldn't be as expensive. You would say.
Could go to South America. $2.5K though is a lot.
Street. The holiday destinations by flight duration. This is great. This is a fucking great website.
You're just literally planning your wedding or your holiday. What the fuck, man? I'm trying to do a show here.
Okay, we got this. Okay. Flight duration, 12 hours. You got Fiji.
Oh.
Las Vegas.
It's got to be Las Vegas.
It's got to be Vegas, surely. Because the other one is like Malaysia or Montana. It's got to be Vegas.
To Montana. It's got to be Las Vegas.
Or Tokyo. But the yen is weak, so it's cheap enough over there.
The yen is weak. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows the yen's weak. Euro to yen is great. I live like a king.
I'm telling you, it's got to be Las Vegas. So she's going to Las Vegas to get married.
Yeah.
And you don't have the money to get there.
So it could be just a Vegas wedding. So they're saving a bomb on the actual wedding day and just spending it on flights, which I kind of respect. Yeah. So, but like, okay, I would want to go to Vegas for a bit. I think that'd be fun.
Maybe she has problems. Maybe she hates slot machines. Maybe she hates Elvis.
I think that would have come up before.
Maybe she hates the movie Ocean's 11. You don't know.
Who hates the movie Ocean's 11? Show me one. Fuck you.
I've turned on her. What a fucking bitch.
Let me at her. No. Okay. You're saying money's an issue.
Yeah.
You're going to fucking Vegas. Put it all on red.
So you need to basically... Your plan for this poor woman who doesn't have 2.5k to fly to Vegas is to save 2.5k.
Yeah.
Fly to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then with every bit of cent that you have left over, put it on a raid and hope to win your money back.
No, obviously that's a stupid idea. You're going to spend 2 years learning to count cards, and then you're going to a high stakes blackjack table.
So you need to figure out counting cards. So yeah, spend all of your time counting cards.
Yes.
Learn to do that.
People can learn it. You can't, like, it is a thing you can learn.
Would you not just get kicked out of the casino?
They're not going to expect... You're in with the wedding party. They're not going to expect, little old me. I don't look like a card counter. Yeah. You know?
You do kind of look like a card counter, though.
What? No, I don't.
You've blue hair.
Yeah, I'll stand out in there. I'm asking for attention.
You're like doing the double bluff. You're like, oh, the guy with blue hair can't be counting cards.
Yeah.
He's got nothing going on.
There's the guy obviously counting cards on a piece of paper. He's not going to realise.
1, 2, 3. Counting with your fingers out loud.
More than you're going to have. Okay, you're going to have to lose a few hands. You're going to have to fucking throw them off. You know.
Yeah. So you're saying, I would also train a loved one to count cards, but worse than you.
Yes.
So find somebody in the family or someone you know who's going to the wedding, teach them to count cards, but maybe don't give them all the techniques. Don't give them all the tricks. And so then when you get there, they get kicked out. Put them on a different table. All the cameras are on them. You're making your money back. Suddenly, you're up. You're up 3k. And then eventually, gambling's not a problem. So you have no issue and you'll never come back again.
You're going to be on top forever. Just don't quit before you win it big.
This will never end. It's not a roller coaster at all. It's straight up, brother.
And then, while you're at the table doing that, 10 of your friends are breaking into the vault in the Bellagio.
One of them, George Clooney, your best friend,
now, he's being interrogated the whole time, they think.
He's not. He can't be at fault. So you need your other friend, Brad Pitt, to help plan a heist.
Yes. And then you got... look, we're going to have to replace some people because unfortunately
deaths have happened. Yeah. So you have to get your wedding party involved. And who's playing Julia Roberts? You got to make the bride play Julia Roberts. She'll love that.
That's true. If the bride is Julia Roberts, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to have to gamble. In all senses of the word, you're going to get there and you'll figure out. Don't buy a flight home. Give yourself the fear, and then you have to win.
Well, you might not need a flight because you'll be arrested.
You won't be arrested. You're not going to get caught.
You're not going to get caught. Do your Ocean's 11, but like with your own little heist. Plan a heist. And then count cards while doing the heist. So they'll arrest you for counting cards, but they're not aware that you've got 9 other people doing a heist.
One of them being a bride. Who's going to mess with a bride on their wedding day?
Fuck with the bride. You're away with it.
Bride.
You're making money hand over fist, so you are.
Call that woman and apologise and say I'll be there. And then
you call, apologise and say you in, and then explain the plan.
Yeah. And if you can do that in some kind of montage, that'd be ideal.
Yeah. And then like a training montage and where you have to go around and get everybody else to be agreeing to the plan. Maybe like her dad, your Uncle John, just people, random people, useless people, but you're their fodder. Let them all get caught. You just need to get away with the money.
Yeah. Now you are also going to need some capital to actually start betting with.
So betting now.
Start betting. Yeah, you're going to do some practice bets in the local casino.
A mortgage on your house. Then bet that mortgage on, I don't know, the next round of sports games. Just pick some teams.
Horses, yeah.
Easy money, all coming back to you.
What you got to do, you want to do an accumulator. And it's high risk, high reward, I grant
97 team accumulated.
Yeah. I'm talking 400 leg parlay we're going for.
Over a 3-month span, where you bet on every game that's going to happen in every sport.
Yeah. You're betting on every single sport.
Yeah.
You're going to get it perfectly right. And key to this, no one's going to ask any questions.
The Polish volleyball second division. You need to get involved in that. Start betting on some teams.
Pickleball. The greatest sport ever, as we've learned. I'm trying to win the pickleball people back from moving on this.
Good stuff. So, Shaun, are we successfully saying Shaun has solved another case?
I think I have. Look, I've given them all the tools. The actual... The execution is up to them.
We can't make the bets for you. You have to make the right bets.
That's it. You have to feel the cards, the heart of the cards.
Feel the heart of the accumulator. It's somehow. I don't know how, but somehow.
Yes. The blue eyes, white roulette table. Nothing? Was my best.
They're just like leading you out at the casino in handcuffs. The blue eyes dark magician counting card 21.
The magician uses cards for something.
There's something there. So Shaun, I think we need to finish this week with a Florida man who committed one little crime and suddenly he's in court. Florida man.
Funny how that happens.
Florida man accused of stealing ambulance to drive to stolen car court hearing.
Oh, don't steal an ambulance. If you're going to steal.
He had to get there. He had to get to court. He was being heard.
I'd wager they'd give you a lift if you asked.
A Florida man who could not find the ride to a criminal court hearing on accusations that he had stolen a car worsened his legal peril by stealing an ambulance service truck and driving himself to the courthouse so he didn't miss his hearing time.
How do you feel as that guy's lawyer as he walks in? Presumably, I'm imagining he's wearing the scrubs at that point.
He looks like the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The bizarre case centres on Cody Adams, who was recently at a gasoline station in the community of Stillwater, asking passers-by whether they would drive him to Pawnee, about 30 minutes away, so that he could attend a court hearing there. Adams was due in court on charges of possessing a stolen vehicle, the State Highway Patrol said in a Facebook post. And when no one could bring him, he commandeered an ambulance service supervisor's pickup that had been left running as well as unattended, so technically not his fault. They had left the ambulance running, well, probably, I don't know, healing somebody, just providing a service like dorks.
I mean, you gotta, as an ambulance driver, you gotta be able to trust that people aren't gonna steal an ambulance.
If there's anything that you can trust, it's like, well, who's going to rob an ambulance?
Yeah, it's like ambulance and hearse are the two.
Yeah, you're not going to move either of them. He ditched the pickup, showed up to court and was arrested by a highway patrol trooper as he walked into the courthouse for his hearing. The trooper, Ryan Long, accompanied Adams to his court date, but then Long also took Adams to the jail and booked him with the new charges after Adam allegedly said he had merely been borrowing the ambulance. So he wasn't stealing it. He was going to give it back. He just had to get to the courthouse.
Are we sure the back of the ambulance was definitely empty? Like
if
there
it
wasn't someone.
Maybe he was providing a public service.
By taking them further away from the hospital?
Maybe the ambulance, the hospital is close to the courthouse. You don't know.
I don't know, but I would wager it's not.
Right beside it.
Yeah. Also, he just parked outside the courthouse.
Yeah, obviously. At least he tried, I suppose. If you're his lawyer, you could say, like, look, Your Honour, he really wanted to be here. That's... Yeah, obviously you are Florida man's lawyer in all of these things, Shaun.
True.
So you are there to represent him. He's stolen a car previously. Just the cigarette is in your mouth, obviously.
Yeah.
And then he gets there. You're like, how did you get here? And he's like, oh, I borrowed an ambulance. How are you walking around?
You shut the fuck up right now.
Don't ever say that to me again.
Very funny. What a nice joke.
To be fair, always tell people, no matter what, you have to make sure to show up to your court date. You know what I mean? Like, he was really adamant he had to be there. Otherwise, you could get...
Then he should have left earlier, shouldn't he?
No, he didn't have a car.
He could have walked. He could have got the bus.
It was a lose-lose situation.
He's already lost.
Yeah, exactly.
They have him on camera stealing a car. I'm the lawyer, I just break down.
Just out crying. Just like... Also, one of the comments on Facebook just wrote, "Judge not, lest ye be judged," which I don't know if it applies to this scenario.
I don't know, does it apply to a judge either? Like, that's their job.
I suppose the question is, if he can't get to the court date, is it a worse crime to not show up, or a worse crime to get done with more robbing of ambulances and cars and, just motor vehicles in general?
It's definitely worse to commit the same crime again.
Yeah.
Than it is to not show up. You get reprimanded. You probably get a heavier sentence. But you're going to get a way heavier one for stealing another vehicle, specifically an ambulance.
He really wanted to be there.
He could have got a taxi.
In my head, the ambulance people are just like, there's a paramedic on the side of the road, like, doing CPR to an old woman who's, like, just on the brink of death. He's, like, keeping her alive. And he's like, "Somebody quick, get the strap." Where the fuck is the ambulance car?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the idea of an ambulance disappearing
in the middle of an emergency. They've gone into a burning building and they're, like, wheeling somebody out on a little bed, and they just go out there and like, "We definitely parked here. Pretty positive we parked right here."
I know I did.
What the fuck? Where is it?
Because I know if the ambulance was left running and the keys were in it, presumably they wanted to get going again fairly quickly.
You're probably in an emergency of some kind.
I want to know more about this story. In the next week or so, something might come out, but I need to know if that man accidentally harmed someone.
So, Sean, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of the show. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. And big shout outs go to all of our patrons: Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer Enthusiast Evanson, Waffles the Quantum Immortal, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic. Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Gambit's Cajun accent #1 defender, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine would like it to know what number Laika the space dog is. Russ, I wonder if you guys can confirm the industry rumours that Heroes for Hire is getting actual showrunners, Parfitt. Do you want to confirm or deny that, Conor?
I deny those accusations.
It's true. This is a long-running improv group. Jackson Brueheim will be attending Sean's upcoming gum eating intervention. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribe to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, The Amazing World of Kezza, Mikey, Chair's #1 fan, Fuck the Heckler, Kyle Borowski, Rory, Pete might fuck around and re-expose himself to gamma radiation. It's a wild move, but it might work. Jack Markham, Barlow Cheese, Johnny Ray, Hunter Harvard, and Donegal George. Thank you all for your support. We really, really appreciate it. Great to see that list growing all the time. And we appreciate every one of you. You help us keep making the show. You're absolutely deadly. There are other ways to support the show. There's the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's at Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Sean Bean.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.